Hello, my name is Martin Sykes. I've been a chief architect for nearly 20 years now. And in that time, in organisations all around the world, I've come across a common scenario. That for whatever reason, the costs for the IT organisation have to be reduced. In this particular case, we're going to look at a situation where we've just had that message, we already have a budget for the year, and we now have to review that budget and the plans for the year to determine what we're going to do to take cost out of the organisation. Let's start that by taking a look at a dashboard. And this is something that may be new to you if you've used the iServer product for many years now. The dashboards in strategic portfolio management allow us to have a very quick look across all the data we have in the iServer database. And we can use that with the enterprise architect, chief architect type roles and the CIO to be able to look across the whole estate and get an idea of what are the things that we could focus on. In this scenario, we're not going to make the final decisions. Those often take some more detailed analysis to ensure we avoid those unintended consequences of cutting somewhere and then incurring lots of additional costs later in the year to get around that particular cut. What we're going to be able to do is produce a list of the things that need more work and then be able to manage that list over time and get an idea from that where the cost cutting is going to be possible. So let's take a look at that first dashboard. So here is the application cost summary dashboard. On one page we can see many different factors that will allow us to understand where to start looking to be able to reduce costs for the IT organisation. But as I mentioned just a moment ago, the important factor is not to decide now what we're going to reduce, but to make a list of things that need further analysis. So if we look at this, where will we start making that list? We have breakdowns on here that would allow us to look at different types of costs, from licenses, support costs and maintenance costs. We can also look at our application portfolio by the lifecycle status and decide whether we want to accelerate some things to be retired quickly and reduce the cost of them, or change the nature of things that we're bringing into the organisation. We can look at specific applications. In many organisations, there's a top 3 or 4 that incur a significant amount of the overall cost for the organisation. We can also look by vendors, because in many cases there are a small number of very large vendors, and a change there can have a significant impact on the overall bottom line. And finally, we could look by business function. If there are some parts of our organisation that we just know we could pull back a little bit on the spend there and not have a significant impact. So the example we're going to use now will drill in on the vendor side of things. And in this particular case, as we look at that vendor chart, we have PeopleSoft as the highest ranking vendor in terms of spend in the organisation. So let's drill now into the next dashboard and see what we know about the PeopleSoft applications. Drilling down into PeopleSoft on the application portfolio dashboard, we can see immediately that it's not just one application that we have across the estate. There's a whole range of them. So to get to PeopleSoft, we simply type the vendor name on the left-hand side, and that filters out all of the other vendors in the organisation. And we can now see on here, as well as some view of the internal life cycle for those, what's changing in our organisation in the upper left, what decisions have already been made as a part of the existing planning cycle. So here in the upper centre, we were already planning to eliminate some parts of the PeopleSoft estate, but have some quite significant investment and grow its capabilities, as well as migrate some of the PeopleSoft estate onto some other technology platforms over the year. We can also see on the upper right the balance between license costs, maintenance costs and support costs. And in this particular case, the license cost is a significant part, so if we can reduce the overall number of licenses used this year, we may have a good impact towards our overall cost reduction. What I want to do is drill into this a little bit further. But to drill into it, I've got to decide how I'm going to filter on it. Am I going to focus on things that we want to eliminate, or things that we want to invest in, and perhaps defer those investments? There's many different ways to cut this. I don't really have enough information on this sheet. So we're going to drill into another view using a different dashboard that will give us a bubble plot, and I can pick different dimensions then to be able to see how the application set lays out. So as you can see, the dimensions we have on this bubble chart have technical fit and business fit. And for the colours of the bubbles, we have the key on the bottom right of the chart showing which are in development, which are live, which are phasing out already. And these are the applications specifically within our PeopleSoft portfolio. From this, I can get a much better idea of where I might want to focus in terms of cost reduction. The size of the bubble is actually the amount of spend with it. All of these parameters are adjustable, but in this particular case, it's important to us to identify what has a low technical fit to our future estate with the architecture we want, and what has a low business fit to the future direction for our organisation. Now, you wouldn't typically have implemented a solution that has a low business fit and a low technical fit, but that changes over time. So with that sort of change, we will see some parts of the estate move down and to the left. When we're doing a cost reduction exercise, they're key areas that we'd want to start looking at. And with this, we can filter those quickly and be able to identify ones that may be phasing out. And here the option is, can we phase it out any faster and thereby be able to reduce license cost spend this year on that particular part of the portfolio? To find out more, all we have to do is click on the bubble and go to the next dashboard. We're not going to be able to decide straight away whether this is where our cost reduction opportunity exists, but we are going to be able to determine whether there is the possibility of cost reduction from the core data we have, and also what sort of analysis we're going to need to do to be able to make that a yes or no decision for the organisation. And that's the key thing we're looking for right now. Not the ability to make a final decision, but what information do we have and what information do we need to go and find out to be able to make that call. So here on the dashboard that's been brought up for this particular application, we can see straight away its own balance of cost contribution to the organisation. It does have a large license cost contribution, but we know for that it's actually delivering to 750 licensees. What we don't know at this point is whether all 750 licenses are being used. And here we might go and ask the question fairly quickly of the person in the organisation listed here who's the business owner for it, what sort of usage we're seeing, or go and look at further analytics we might have from our log files and IT environment to be able to pull some of that data in. And as we pull that data in, we can add it to the iServer repository so that it's there for future use. We could also augment the repository with data feeds from tools that are monitoring the estate to be able to give us more critical information on that application landscape. As we look to the bottom of the sheet, we understand where it's sitting in its life cycle. If this was right at the start of the phase out period, I'd be looking at that as a really good opportunity to accelerate it, move it out rapidly. If we were towards the end of the phase out period and really close to retirement, I'd want to ask questions, just what is it going to take to finish this off? What can we do in the very near future? If we look to the bottom right, you can see the business fit and technology fit scores are low. We're looking at this application for exactly that reason. It was in the bottom left of the bubble chart. But what I want to understand is why these are both low in this particular case. It wouldn't have been low when we first implemented this particular solution. So what has changed over time? And if that change has also got with it some plan in progress in the organisation to put a replacement in, a different technology stack, a different solution potentially, by accelerating the reduction of this one to change its license costs and knock them down, we might also be in a position where I've got to increase the pace with which the replacement is coming on board. So in effect, we may not be reducing costs at all. These are sort of unintended consequences that I mentioned right at the start, and are the sorts of things we can do very quickly with the dashboards and with iServer to be able to see how these different roadmaps have been fitted together. We could also look to see what capabilities, functions, organizations or processes are impacted by this application. We've seen it has a low business and a low technology fit, but that's not to say it isn't used widely across the organization, and those are the things I would want to know. I can find that out easily from the information we should have stored in the iServer repository, and to be able to view that using other dashboards to look at the relationships simply by picking the capabilities shown here and then seeing what other applications are in line for that capability. All the way through the work we've been doing so far, we'd be making decisions simply at the level of which application or vendor we want to focus on for cost reduction. There's a whole raft of work to be done to analyse further exactly what cost reduction opportunity exists, in what time frame it can be done, and what the impact will be to the organisation, so we can put together a coherent case for all the changes we're going to have to make to achieve the budget cut we've been asked to do. Within the dashboards, there is one that helps us do that. This is the Application Decision Portfolio dashboard. And here we can see all the different decisions that have been made for all the different types of applications we have in our portfolio. And so this can be filtered to the ones we want to focus on for cost reduction and to understand what the status of any decision is. We would use it at the end of the first pass of analysis to see what we have on the list and to understand how big we think the cost saving is going to be. But this is a dashboard we can come back day after day and be able to see, as the analysis work is done, how the information is updating. What we have on this dashboard are columns that might start out the process, but we could certainly add to it additional fields to see data about what cost reduction is available or what time frame that cost reduction can be done in, or even the probability of being able to see that cost reduction overall. All of these fields are editable. But what's key is we have one list then that is available to the CIO, to the architecture team, to the portfolio management team, and to our business of the areas that we're focusing on to be able to make this cost reduction. So we started with the application cost summary dashboard, and I get to reflect back on that now as well, because in addition to having this list of what we're going to focus on, there is one dashboard that we can keep going back to look at the overall cost to the organisation. And with that dashboard, we can drill in on many different perspectives. I've talked through one approach here, but we could have taken a capability-focused approach, an organisational unit approach, or simply looking at different types of technologies, not just vendors. There are many different ways in which we can find potential opportunities for cost reduction, all of which get added onto the one list for further analysis. So as well as it being a very fast way to do that selection of what we're going to do the cost constraints on, it is also a way in which we can manage that process through to completion and understand the impact across the whole organisation. These dashboards are proving immensely powerful for being able to give that sort of live feed when we have the good data sets behind the scenes of iServer. It's also seriously adding to the return on investment on the iServer data set when we can bring in information about costs and operational issues that will be able to give us the bigger picture. Something you can find out a lot more about if you get one of the iServer consultants to come and give you a demonstration.